It just absolutely feels amazing to be here and just feel that excitement building. It is officially the beginning of season 45 of Survivor, and I am here to give you guys your first fantasy outlook of the season. So if you're wondering what this is all about, I am basically here to give you fantasy advice. If you have not joined our Survivor 45 Fantasy League, which we are hosting with the help of Bracketology, Fantasy Sports for Reality TV, you need to get in this contest. In just a second, I'll kind of show you what Bracketology is all about. But to join this league, head on over to our Instagram and hit the link in our bio, and then you'll be able to just click Join League and get in with the 181 players who are currently in the league already. The top 3 finishers get prizes this season. You could win a custom cameo from your favorite survivor from season 45. You could win a custom pop made by Todd Herzog, winner of Survivor China, of your favorite player from season 45. There is signed pictures up for grabs. There are puzzles. There are idols. Just trust me on this one. You are going to want to get in on this. So again, head on over to our Instagram at Survivor Now Podcast, hit the link in our bio, hit Join League, and get in, because this competition is going to be so fun this season. It's going to be fun just to play along, watch the players you pick for your team, watch them on TV succeed, compete alongside your friends. So this is kind of the last chance you have to get in before tonight's episode. You don't want to be joining next week when people already have a 100-point lead on you, and it's going to be impossible to get in that top 3. So make sure you join today. And you're going to want to listen to my advice. Okay, I don't want to get a little cocky here, but last season we did a Mergatory competition with Bracketology. It was our first season with them, and we hosted the fantasy game just for the second half of the season. So the merge on, testing stuff out, seeing how it worked. And I did these episodes where every week I would get on and give you guys fantasy advice, who to play, who not to play. And at the time, people might not want, they might not have wanted to listen to me. But guess who won the competition last year? This guy. Right? I was giving you my team every single week. I was telling you, this is who I'm playing this week. This is who I'm not playing. And I ended up winning the entire competition. So I would just, I don't know. I'm not trying to get too cocky. Just listen to me. I think you should listen to me. Before we get into the players to play, the players to avoid, and all of that stuff, real quick, we're going to hear from Joey as he's going to tell us all about his company, Bracketology, and what they're all about.
My name is Jonah Fielko, and I'm the CEO of Bracketology.tv, fantasy sports for reality television. We offer fantasy games for shows like The Bachelor, Survivor, Big Brother, RuPaul's Drag Race, and counting. You start by creating a community. Within your community, you can create a fantasy league for each show that you want to play fantasy games for. Within the league, you can choose up to 3 of our 4 game types, and our most popular is the Advanced League. Choose a team of contestants, and depending on what they do and say during the episode, that's how your team will gain or lose points each week. We also have elimination-style games like our Confidence Pool. This is where you choose how confident you are that each contestant will survive elimination that week. And we've also got March Madness-style brackets. Come back a couple hours after the episode to check your scores and watch you climb the leaderboard. Bracketology is free to play, so grab your friends, your family, your coworkers, and head to Bracketology.tv for more info.
Oh my gosh, he's going to hate me. I don't know if anyone caught it. So this is live, right? This is what's fun about doing a live podcast. I called him Joey. His name's Jonah. I know that. And I knew instantly as soon as I started it, I was like, shoot, I think I just said Joey. I used to think his name was Joey, and I'm terrible with names. So apologies, Jonah. You know I love you, man. I love everything you guys do at Bracketology. That's just a fail on my behalf, and I feel terrible about it. But yes, so Jonah and the guys have put together an incredible website. Just go over to Bracketology.tv. You can hit Survivor, and you'll find our league. Our league is pinned at the top. You can also join their official Survivor League, where you will be competing with War Dog, Kelly Wentworth, and Lauren. And whoever wins that league gets a private Zoom call with the 3 of them. So, I mean, there are so many prizes going out. You need to get over to Bracketology and compete with them today. Let me tell you. Some of my crews here, Ollie, if this means I'll do better than Jack, I'm all in. Matt is here as well. If this means I'll do better than Ollie, I'm in. And then Ollie. So some trash talking. I love you guys. And I can't wait to cover this season with you. All right, so let me get right into the players because I don't want to take too much of your time. If you guys are new to watching the Fantasy Outlook, basically these episodes are going to be about 10 minutes long, and I'm just giving you quick fantasy tips on who you should play. Whether you take it or not, that is completely up to you. Also, I'm working with a new camera, so I keep looking down at my usual camera, and it's making me like I'm not looking straight at it. So I'm trying to get used to everything in the new setup. So, all right, let's get on to your must-play picks for week 1. Now, granted, week 1 is really difficult to kind of cipher through. We know nothing about the players. So just like you guys, I am going through the process of, I'm taking a wild guess. These are players that I think are going to succeed. In the Bracketology fantasy competition, you guys get points for finding idols, winning challenges, whether it's reward or team or reward solo or team challenges, like saying phrases, like being the first person to mention a reward and stuff like that. Like they cover everything on Bracketology. So you got to look at it. You want to get people who are on the strong tribes because you're going to get challenge points. Obviously, they're not up for elimination if they're going to be winning challenges. Excuse me. So you want to be focusing on those stronger tribes. I didn't really look into the tribes. How I was playing it today for this week 1, I'm going for players who I think are going to make it past the first episode no matter what. And the players that I think you shouldn't be playing are players that I think could be up for elimination this evening. Obviously, I don't know. So don't come at me if this does not work out. So here are my must-play picks for week 1. Number 1, Caleb. Number 2, Kelly. And number 3, Austin. And let me get into why I think you should play these 3 players. These 3 players should be on your fantasy team. First off, Caleb's a no-brainer. You should have seen this coming if you watched our cast assessment or our draft video. I've been saying all along, Caleb is my winner pick. He is also Teguis' winner pick. I think he is built to dominate this season. I really do. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to be strong in the challenges. I think he's going to be aggressive with looking for advantages. And especially in the new era of Survivor, there's so many opportunities for castaways to find advantages in this game. And I think Caleb's going to be someone who does. I think he has everything he needs to make it to the end in this game. And if he doesn't win, I do have confidence that he will go very far. He's got an amazing personality. I think he's going to have no trouble fitting in. I would get Caleb in your lineup. At the very worst, I think he's going to get you consistent points this week. Number 2, Kelly. Kelly is someone that I've been nervous about. Like, I don't know. Do I see her being someone who goes far in this game? Do I see her being an iconic woman who, navigates her way to the end using her wits? Or do I see her as someone who's going to be kind of a forgettable second or third out? It's been very difficult for me to read Kelly, but I'm gonna go with the advice of some of my Survivor Now colleagues. They've been pretty high on Kelly, and I'm gonna take their advice myself. I'm gonna have Kelly in my lineup. I think I made predictions on Instagram, and it said if you could name one person that's gonna find an idol this season, who's it gonna be? I think Kelly's finding an idol. I think that is your idol person this season. I would almost bet a lot of money that she finds some type of idol. I'm not talking advantage. I'm talking immunity idol. So I would get Kelly in your lineups. I do think she's going to make it past this first episode. I'm not too worried about her getting eliminated tonight. So much like Caleb, I think at the very worst, she could be a reliable source for some fantasy points. And the third person that I went with for fantasy lineups. And here's the thing too. This week, you guys are picking 5 people for your team. I'm just giving you 3. I'm not going to give you my full team. I'm trying to win this contest too. I'm giving you 3 people. you got to make up your mind on the other two. There's got to be some competition. Everyone can't be just copying my team, okay? So I'm going to give you these three, but Austin's the third one. Austin's going to be a challenge beast, man. He is going to be a challenge beast. I think he's going to be one of the strongest at challenges this season. I think he's got a good head on his shoulder. I think on his shoulders. I think Austin's going to have no trouble fitting in with everyone. I think he's going to be a fun player to watch. I could see him being someone, him or Brandon. I could see them being someone who says those iconic phrases, those iconic lines or quotes that bracketology are looking for. For instance, I think there's one, like the first person to attempt to make fire gets points. I think that's one. First person to attempt to make fire. And it's based off our perspective. So we don't know if they were actually the first to try, but based off who we see on screen, I could see that being Austin. I think there's one first person to go fishing. I could see that being Austin. So I think Austin could rack up a lot of those kind of survivor points, as I like to call them, not challenge points, not advantage points, not surviving points, but actual survivor points, like survivor bucket list items. I could see that being Austin. So get Caleb, Kelly, and Austin in your lineup. And if you were really listening, I kind of gave you 4 because I mentioned Brandon's name as well as someone who might be a good person to go with. But you've got to pick 2 more people for your team of 5. I just noticed that we've already gone way over the 10 minutes that I said. Okay, here are your players to avoid for week number 1. I'm going to give you 2. I would avoid Bruce and Julie. And I know Abraham's going to absolutely roast me. He's going to hate me. I picked the 2 oldest players who are playing as players to avoid. But I picked them for different reasons. Now, Bruce is the only returning player this season. He's the first returning player of the new era. These players who are out there playing with him, they know Bruce. We see it in the 3-minute, or we saw it in a short preview they released, CBS released for us. And that was right off the bat, Jeff is looking at Bruce. Oh my gosh, we have the first returning player of the new era, Bruce. Everyone starts clapping. When you have Jeff right off the bat, like putting a target on your back like that, I'm a little worried about Bruce. I've been saying it. I love Bruce. Bruce is, if you ever get the chance to meet Bruce, you need to meet him. He is one of the most genuine people you will ever meet. But I'm really worried he won't make it far this season because of the fact that's a huge target. Like if a tribe needs an easy vote out, they can just look at Bruce and go, look, he's already been out here. He's already at his journey. I say, let's just get him out. Is that shitty? Is that a shitty thing to do? Yes, it is. But we've seen people get sent home for lesser reasons on Survivor. And I think that could be something that happens to Bruce. So my advice to you, stay away from Bruce this week. Don't put him in your lineups. I know everybody's one of the most played players, I think. Everyone wants Bruce because they're excited to see him back. I would avoid playing Bruce if at all possible, which I know it is possible. And then the Julie thing is I am nervous about her age. She is the oldest in the game. I believe she is on the Reba tribe. The next youngest person on the Reba tribe. And I mean, don't quote me on this. She might not be. But the next youngest person on the Reba tribe is like 35. And she is she's 49. That is a huge age gap in terms of like trying to build connections. And we're talking about week 1. We're talking about if you're going to send someone home, you don't need much of a reason to. Your goal is to keep the target off you while you get to know everyone else on your tribe. And that could be an easy target. Let's vote out the older lady, depending on how she does in the challenge. Now, I said older lady. She is not old. She's only 49. That is a bright young age of 49. I think she'll do fine in the challenges. I'm just saying that could be something that is targeted, and that's why you need to avoid Julie this week. So avoid Julie and Bruce. Let's see. Jay says, well, he is the first returning player in the new era. So of course, Jeff would highlight that. Of course, I'm just nervous. I'm nervous about it. And then that pic of Boche in the background. LOL. Yeah, I won that at a viewing party. I had to hang it up. So, are you guys liking the new camera though? Let me know as well. Let me know. We're upgrading. We're finally upgrading equipment here at Survivor now. All right. Last thing I'm going to give you guys today, biggest fantasy trap. Now, this could have been Bruce. This is someone that I know a lot of people are high on. A lot of people want to play. And this is also kind of combine that with someone that I think should be on nobody's lineup heading into week 1. This is the biggest person you leave off your lineups. Hannah, I'm sorry. I know everyone, all my colleagues from Survivor Now have told me, Randy, chill. Yo, maybe she doesn't want social media. Except for Phil. Phil agrees with me that it is strange that she deleted her social media right before the season. Right before, the biggest moment in your life, basically. Yes, it could easily be she doesn't want to be in the limelight. I get that. I could be way wrong with this. But we're playing fantasy here. And why take the risk? Why risk it? What if I've been right all along and something happened and she doesn't want to be at the forefront of all the verbal attacks that are coming or something like that? Or maybe she was the first person booted and she hated her experience on the show and she doesn't even want to hear about it. I'm not saying something bad happened. I'm not saying she's a terrible person. I'm just saying maybe she went on and had a bad experience and she doesn't want to relive, being the first one voted out. Why risk it? Let's see. Ollie, hold on. I agreed with you, Randy, on you did. Yeah. And thank you guys for the yeah, everyone's saying, yeah, nice camera. Never looked better. Thank you. Why risk it? And Jay, I agree with this. Hannah or Emily? Yes, I agree, Randy. I made the point tons of times about her lack of social media, especially as a huge fan. Those are two players. I'm a little nervous about Emily too. She almost made it on my don't play. I picked Bruce over Emily, but I'll say it one more time. Why risk it? She deleted it for a reason. We don't know that reason. Let's wait and see what happens. But in terms of week 1, you have 18 players to pick from, and you just have to pick 5. Why is Hannah in that 5? With the blatant evidence that we have that she deleted her social media. I don't know. I would stay clear of that. And then, oh, Jay, Ollie said, not Emily. I'm dying on this Emily stand. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see for you, Ollie. But there we go. There is your first fantasy outlook of the season. I really hope you guys take my advice again to join our official Survivor 45 Fantasy League and have the chance to win a cameo from your favorite player, a pop figure made by Todd Herzog, winner of Survivor China, of your favorite player from this season, some gift packages, some puzzles, signed photos. For you to get in this competition, you need to hit that link in our Instagram bio at Survivor Now Podcast or go to bracketology.tv. That's bracketology.tv and click on Survivor and click on our fantasy league, the Survivor Now Fantasy League. Guys, we are just a few hours away. We're about 7 hours my time. If you're on the Western side of things, we're about 7 hours and 20 minutes away from Survivor 45. We go live immediately after the episode ends. Abraham and myself will be on to cover everything that went down. So make sure to join us at 9:35 p.m. Eastern. I will be here and I will see you guys later.